Hello, this is Binoe, and this is my thesis topic, using cultural codes to promote the concept of ecological conservation in design. And it is a case study of Taiwan's mountain forest conservation species. And here is my table of contents. To talk about my aims and objectives, the first one is to explain the concept of ecological conservation through image creation. And then, the application of current visual design in ecological conservation is insufficient, and the use of cultural codes can bring improvements. And to talk about my research background, the first one is the rich mountain forest ecology in Taiwan, and then the second one is increasing awareness of ecological conservation, and the third one is indigenous ecological wisdom in maintaining a balance between human and creatures, and the final one is the lack of cultural meaning are used in related promotional materials through visual design. So, what I can do is to add cultural value in design process. And to talk about my research motivation, the design motivation is to use design to convey the knowledge of indigenous culture and Taiwan forest species, also to improve the lack of cultural code to the visual design on mountain forest conservation issues, and then to aid cultural codes through visual design to replace long and complex text descriptions. And for my personal motivation is my interest in animals conservation and indigenous knowledge. As I have a design background, and I'm also willing to combine my skills and interests together through design. And this is my conceptual framework. Based on mountain forest conservation, I will use visual design and aid cultural value and to do image creation. So after I finish my drawing, I can use this drawing to educate viewers and promote the conservation knowledge. And here is my literature map. So I will base on these three aspects. The first one is visual design, and the second one is cultural aspect, and the third one is ecological conservation. So all of the readings I need to do is all connected, and you can see from these pictures I will do visual communications, visual culture, and digital visual culture, and also indigenous history and conservation species. And after I finish the reading, I will do an analysis of it. So here is my research objectives and questions. The first objective is to understand the application and deficiencies of current visual design in cultural aspects of ecological conservation. And the second one is to explore how visual design can apply to ecological conservation in mountain forests. And the final one is to understand the effect of creating images by integrating cultural aspects in ecological conservation of mountain forests. So here's my research framework. And here is my schedule. Before the end of this year, I will do a literature review based on the conservational design case study and visual design in ecological conservation, and also reading the cultural codes, literature, and do some tribal visits. And starting from next year, I will still do the literature review, but it's based on the indigenous ecological wisdom, and then do a case study of forestry bureaus' cooperation with designers, and then start to do the image creation part. And from February, I may still do the image creation, but I will start to think about how I can do in the digital presenting way, and also do an observation on social media. And from April, I will start to do the analysis and the feedback I get. So here is the resources and training needs. For the observation aspects, I'll need to study more mountain forest conservation issues, and also to understand what is the current trend and events, and who is my target audience who shows more interest in this issue, and also do the tribal visits and understand the ecological wisdom of indigenous people. And for my skills developing, I'll need to transform the context and the readings I get to visual way, and to think about the digital methods I can do in the final presenting. So this is my expected outcomes. The first one is through the image creation combined with cultural codes, ecological conservation issues that are usually not noticed can get more attention. And the second one is that I can do a new series of my ecological conservation works. And here is the list of reference. And my to-do reading. And this is the end of my presentation. Thank you.